Let's move up to Teesside in the northeast, one of our newer movements. How long has Teesside Together been going?
Well, we're complicated because Teesside is this complex geographical region of different towns and villages that are kind of smushed together along the side of the River Tees. And each town has kind of got its own background and history with unity. Stockton's got sort of 10 plus years doing a lot of social action stuff together. Middlesbrough had very little going on, but then for about the last 7 years, we were inspired actually by Graham's story from York and really convicted by that about 7 years ago, and church leaders started praying together weekly. But then more recently, the relationships that we developed as church leaders were crossing town boundaries, and we more and more there's this sense of Teesside being a sort of city region. And so we decided we need to unify together across those towns, and really excited because the team that we've brought here are some of the key leaders from the different towns who are gathering pastors, and so we've been moving forward as Teesside, transforming Teesside together. We set up about a year and a half ago now, and there's been a wonderful sort of relational network that's been developing. Well, as we've mapped it out, there's about 150 churches in that kind of Teesside area, and I reckon we're networking relationally with about 60 of them, which has got some kind of good guns going. We just had a big celebration gathering just a few weeks ago, and there were 60 churches represented at that gathering. Fantastic. Which was wonderful, about 1,000 people.
1,000 people, wow. And how many Christians do you reckon across Teesside?
This is my guesstimate, but Teesside's an area of about 600,000 people, and as I've looked at the mapping that we've done, I reckon there's no more than 7,000 or 8,000 in church on a Sunday morning. Yeah. So I mean, it's small percentage stuff, which actually means that when we are gathering 1,000 Jesus followers in the room at one time, we're really gathering the breadth of the church there. There's something really special that's happening.
And we've also gone big time into the Movement Day process. Why have you chosen to do that?
Yeah, I think that in a way for a long time we've been developing relationships, and developing relationships involves coffees, friendships, praying for each other, and lots of talk. And that is wonderful, 100% want to back that. But we also feel like the future of this is not just friendship and relationship, but those friendships and relationships actually go somewhere. And we want to start conversations about how actually, if we are one church, and this is our mission field, then how do we need to be strategically positioning ourselves, structuring ourselves? How do we need to be relating to each other to actually see long-term impacts? So Movement Day for us is about a long-term conversation about the future of Teesside. What does Jesus want to see happen in Teesside by 2040? And we're going to be having a big Movement Day conference in 2020 to think about what is that vision and how are we actually going to get there? What things do we need to start doing now to actually get there? So we're going to start to strategically over prayer stuff, evangelism stuff, but also about social action, about some of the major needs of our city. And we also want to start networking people amongst the spheres of health and education and media and business, and actually getting church unity to be a much bigger thing than church leader unity.
Fantastic. Well, there's lots happening, isn't there? And that's only 3 places.